Hello, hello, hello there, Dental Nachos Nation. Terry Brock here. It is now 2 o'clock Eastern Time. You notice our little thing over here. Yeah, 2 o'clock. I kind of like that. It's neat. And I am here, by the way, not in my regular studio, you'll notice, over here in a hotel room. Yes, they do start to look alike after a while, and we're getting back to that, so that's a good thing. But Gene and I are down here in Miami for Bitcoin 2022, and going to be covering that and covering lots of good that we can find for you at Dental Nachos Nation. We're going to be talking about a lot of good things today. And by the way, I got to say, had a major mistake today. It was my fault. I own it. I was mentioning that we were going to have Rob Montgomery. Well, that's next week. See, I'm so excited to have Rob Montgomery, the amazing guy that he is, that I jumped ahead a week. And so he said, it's on my calendar for next week. Well, he was right. And once again, it's good when your lawyer is right. You know, that's not, now he's not my lawyer, but he's lawyers for many dentists and it helps out a lot. But anyway, we're here in the hotel room and I want to talk to you today about a really good tool that I'm using. One of my favorite tools that I use that gives me the ability to type just a few keystrokes and then it generates a whole bunch more. So that if you've got some forms and some repetitious typing that you normally need to do, with this tool, you're going to be able to really get a lot done much, much faster. And that is really the key. When you can start doing those kind of things, get them done faster, and to get them done easier and better, you're going to do it very well. That's what we like to do at Dental Nachos. We're always looking for ways to help you. As a matter of fact, here's something that can be handy. I'm going out right now over a tool called Restream. And Restream gives you the ability to do quite a bit. It gives us the ability to take our message from here and send it out to many different places. And if you want to be heard by Restream, and see the comments when you make those comments, because I'd love to have those comments from you. Go over to https://chat.restream.io/fb. And that way you can put in your own name. It's just that it's set up with Facebook so that you want to give your own name and not just have something come in without them knowing about it. Otherwise, you're going to come in as just Facebook user, and I'll wonder, well, who in the world could that be out of the 2 billion that are out there? But anyway, you can put that in there and make sure you get that. You might want to get a screenshot of that real fast so you can see what it's like and how that works and the kind of features that are available for you and what can be done with it and a lot of things there. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And by the way, we do have a comment here coming in right now from Bob Pick. Always great stuff. Well, Bob, thank you very much, sir. Greetings to you and a salute to you up there in Chicagoland. Hope that life is treating you well. And I'm sure Dr. Paul would also give you another salute as well. I'm glad you can join us today. It's Dr. Paul Goodman, who we affectionately called Dr. Nachos. He's our leader and gives us a lot of great ideas to keep exploring and keep looking at new. And matter of fact, it's one of the things I'm doing right now. I'm in the middle of the hotel room here, and it's like, you know, with any hotel situation, things don't always go just right. There's sometimes some oh whoops or those kind of things, but it helps you to learn to adapt. And hey, every dentisting human out there, you know what I'm talking about. Things sometimes go wrong. You even have a oh whoops in the operatory. You know what I'm saying? And you adapt. You just go, oh, okay, no problem. We've handled that before. We've done that. By getting out and doing it, you get a lot done. And by the way, I've also got to say something else. I really want to say thank you to Waterpik. I'm on the road here, and I'm using my Waterpik Sidekick right here. This little guy is incredible. It gives me the ability to carry this in a little case like this, real easily, plug it in, and you see it gives you the ability to put in, oh, so we got a little bit of water in there. A little bit of water in here from the use this morning. Really, really nice. Now, they're not a sponsor of this program, but they did give me this and wanted me to talk about what I think about it. And I'm just being straightforward honest with you. I love it. It is great. This is one that they have, and it's called the Sidekick. Great for on the road, which is where I am right now, moving around. So we're going to cover that and a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you want to leave a comment below, by all means, please leave your comment in there, any comments or suggestions or what you'd like to know about, because I'm going to show you a tool that is going to help every person who uses a keyboard on the computer. You use a keyboard, you're going to like this. It's a tool that gives you the ability to, well, get a whole lot done and get much more done than you would. I'm using it regularly to get the kind of things done that I need to do on a regular basis. It helps me to move forward and to get more done much more fast than I ever could before. And I really like that capability. Give me that ability to do it. So thank you, Waterpik, for what you've done. And thank you also for the good people over at TextExpander. Now, I am am a user of that. I'm a customer of it. I pay my money and use TextExpander, and it is a fabulous tool that I'd recommend that you get into. And so we're going to take a look at that right here and right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go up here, clicking on my little screen that'll share my screen with you, move me over to the side here, and I'm going to bounce over to TextExpander from some of the other applications that we've got going. And now you'll be able to see this. You'll be able to see TextExpander over here on the side, and you'll see what I've got here in my system online, so that we can do that. But I'm going to expand some of the things that are on the personal side so that you can see that, be able to see what's happening there. Let me just make an adjustment here so that we can do that. And I'm going to go to my TextExpander. There we go. And you'll see that on the screen. It's got personal and public. And on my personal, here are my snippets. Now, snippets are the little codes that you create. You can create these. I think there's an infinite number of them. And if not infinite, it's a whole bunch that are out there. And I don't know what that whole bunch is, but I've been using it now for, 7 or 8 years and have never run out of a problem, into a problem with it. But I want to show you what it can do. Like, for instance, here I've got one called time date, and it has the symbols here, TTDD. Now, what in the world does that mean when I do that? Well, let me bounce over to another application. Here, I'm going to take this and go over to a current application and then jump over to what I've got here on Docs, on Google Docs. So I'm right now in Google Docs. Let me type that in here so you'll know what I'm doing. Google Docs. There it is. I've made it just a little bit larger so you can see it clearly on the screen here. Make that a little bit bigger for you. And when we do that, when we're sharing these things, that's always a good idea to do. Make it just a little bit larger so you can see what's happening on the screen there as we do that. And this is going to give you the ability to get a lot done. Often you need to type in the date and the time, or the time and the date in that order. I need to do that myself. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to type the letters TTDD. Now, those don't normally occur in the English language, but with TTDD, watch what happens. Boom. The date and time appears automatically here on the screen, which is kind of a handy little thing to have so that you can see there's the date and the time. Here, let me get out of the way. I'm in the way here on this. I want to move over. There we are. So I'll be up there. You won't see me on that as much, but you see that could be real handy so that you can then come in here, type in the date and the time. And watch this, by the way. If I do it again, TTDD, notice how it has updated. As I'm giving it, I've told it to do this, the hour, minute, and second, day of the week, then the day of the month, then the month and the year. Now, I chose those select input variables that I wanted. Those are actually, I should say output variables, because I like to see the hour, the minute, and the second. And I like to see the hour in the military term, the international term. So it's 1400 hours, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you'll see it puts in Tuesday, the day of the week. And I like to put the day of the month first, then the month, and then the year. This is a nice way of doing it as well. So you can configure it the way that works best for you. And you think, hey, that's kind of nice. It puts the date and time, but what good is that? Well, often you're going to be using certain closes with your letters. I'm going to come up here and erase this, move it out of the way, and show you what I can do often. I'm going to just type the semicolon. Let me come down here. Hold on. Let's go over here. There we are. Semicolon. CLOS, and watch what happens when they press the letter E. Those characters do not appear normally in the English language. But semicolon, CLOSE, look what it does. It smashes this in there real fast, puts my picture on there, including all the best, a greeting that I use often. And it says Terry. I put Terry, my email address there, my office landline, and then how you can reach me at LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. All of that in there. And all I did was just type those letters. Here, let me show you again what that is. Come down here like this. I'll delete that. Come up here. I'll give it a little bit of space, and I'll put in the TTDD. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the date and time. But if I put semicolon close, there we go. Pops it back in there, and you can see that's there for a standard text that I'm putting in there, as well as a graphic. So I bring in my picture, make it real nice that way. And you think, oh, okay, now that can save you some time. That can save you some effort. And we know that time is money. That's very important. So what you want to do is you can do other things as well. So you can put in all kinds of that. Notice back here, I'm going to go back over here to this, and I can see I've got some other things, like, for instance, Agorapreneurs. Well, Agorapreneurs is my company name. So, and often that's hard to spell. So I'm going to put in here semicolon AGP, and it pops it in. Agora, and then preneurs like entrepreneurs, and presses it in there. So if you've got a long name for your firm, or you've got a long list of things you want to put in, you can use this very easily and very quickly. I've designed a bunch of them over here for me on what I'm doing and the way I'm applying it. Here, let me switch over to this. Here, I've got a picture there of Rob Montgomery and Paul Goodman, because that's what we're going to have next time when we put it up there. But let me bounce over here to this, and you'll see what I've got on this. Dental nachos, I even got one here. So I put in colon, the semicolon, and then DN. Notice down here it shows the abbreviation. Down here toward the bottom, semicolon, DN, and that types out dental nachos. So you see, think about the possibilities with this. Entrepreneurial is a word sometimes difficult to spell, at least for me. I put in semicolon, ENT, and it spells out entrepreneurial. If I want to put in there, I look forward to hearing back from you. Hey, do you ever put that in your email? Well, I've consolidated that down to semicolon, ILF. I look forward, ILF. So I've got it just as ILF. Those 4 keystrokes saves me time. So this is something that can really help you a lot when you do it. Now, these are the personal statements, but look at this. Hey, the good starts here. This is with public, and these are public notices they put in that are available to everyone. So for instance, there's a lot of here things that they'll put in a lot. Here's an Uber sorry. You can design your own form so that it can have, sorry, this person went to this place on Uber, etc. We've got Little's Law. So you wonder, okay, well, what in the world is that? What is Little's Law? Well, it's all these words right here. Well, let's come back over here to this, and I'm going to erase my Agorapreneurs and put it, whoops, what's the code for that? Better know the code. The code down here is semicolon, Little's Law. So I'm going to put in here semicolon, Little's Law. And there it is. Notice what they've got here. That cycle time, progress, work in progress over throughput. Little's Law is the reason multitasking is such a bad idea. If you double your WIP, work in progress, you double the time it takes to finish. Nice little thing. Now you might want to put that into several different notices over and over. And if you do, you've got it right here in the public domain, the public capabilities with this tool, and it works very, very nicely for that. So I like those kind of things they put in there. By the way, they also put in, here's one that'll save you a lot of time, autocorrect. They put in common words, bunch of them in here. Look how many are in here. So many that are commonly misspelled, so that if you misspell a certain word like across, you put in ACCRROSS instead of ACROSS. Whoop, I went off the wrong one. ACROSS. Well, it corrects it for you automatically. Several words here, as the, sometimes people put in ASTHE without putting in the space. So it goes back and automatically corrects it and puts in a space. So it's like you got this computer that's looking over your shoulder to help you make sure you're doing everything just right. And if you get any kind of little, oh, whoops, or something goes wrong, or it doesn't work just the way you want it to, it's there to help you. It is there to help you and make sure that it's taken care of for you. I think this has got some real nice applications and some things that you can use in a profound way. Before I let you go, though, I want to show you a couple other things that it does as well. Over here, you'll notice they've got some information here with emoji flags. If you're dealing with certain countries on a regular base over and over, well, what you can do is you can put that in with those 3. Like, for let's say you're dealing with Australia. Here we go. Australia is, you put in the colon flag dash AU and then another colon. So look at what happens when we do that. I'll come back over here. There we are. I'm going to put in the colon. I have to hold shift down for that one. Flag dash AU and another colon. And when I do, look what happens. The Aussie flag appears. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger by highlighting it on Google Docs and then come in here and make it a 96. So there we are. Notice what we did there. I put the flag in. If you're using that a lot, or it would be very helpful in what you're doing, you can do that. Watch this. I'm going to put in colon flag dash MX. Guess what that one is? I'll put in the colon and look what happens. Yep, Mexican flag comes up. I'm going to make both of these a little bit larger font so they shine in there. And there we go. So you see it can put in not only text, but also some graphics and emojis that you might want. Putting in those emojis helps bring some of the things that you're doing to life. So you see what's happening with it and how it works. And all these flags are there, whole bunch of them. I don't know how many they have exactly, but they've got a lot. And some of those are going to help you as well. You need some letters in circles. Sometimes that happens. Well, you've got it for every letter of the alphabet with a circle where it's appropriate for you. And you can put in also here things like tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 6 days from now. Hey, what is 6 days from now? Well, look what we can do. I can put in some symbols here. And for this, hey, what I'm going to have to do is get one of these instruments here that help me look at it so I can see, oh yeah, it's the apostrophe and then D5. So as I'm doing this program for you right now, what I'm going to do is come over here. There we go. Come down here. And then I'll put in something here. I'll put in apostrophe D5. Notice what happens. 10 days or 5 days from now will be 04/10/2022. If I put in the apostrophe and then D02, notice what happens. It puts in 6. So it's going to put in that many days from right now and make that happen in a good way. Actually, I put in the wrong one there. Let me put in here D02. There we are. It will be today 05. It puts it forward that way. So it's making it work very nicely for me. So what I can do is come in here if I want next Thursday. Gee, what is next Thursday? Well, I'll put apostrophe NTH. So it will then put that in there. Apostrophe NTH. And next Thursday we see will be April the 7th. So there's some tools that are available for you. Let me know what you think about this. I'd love to hear from you and find out your comments, your reactions on this to say, hey, what is this and how would I be able to use it? Is there a way that I could really use this? Would this be of help to me? And you know what? It can be. It can be a big help to you. The tool, again, is called TextExpander, and I would recommend go over there, take a look at it. I'm not using my affiliate code here, so you just go over there, have a good time. You get it, then drop me a note. Let me know what you think about it and let me know how it works for you, because I'm here to help you. Like here at Dental Nachos, we want to assist you, those of you that are in the dentisting world, as well as this message is going out to many other platforms. If you need some help, you can get in touch with me on that. Terry@terrybrock.com is the way you can reach me. Works really well. Although, hey, that's not working right now, but we just had some email challenges this morning. Probably best to go over to terrybrock.com, and once you get over there, you can see all of those to see what's available and how that will work and what can be done with it. So got a lot of good things there for you in store. And before we let you go, finally, one thing that we offer here through Dental Nachos, Paul Goodman asked me to make this available, and I'm glad to do it. I've got my 20 with Terry, which I've offered elsewhere. Notice that's 20 with Terry, WITHTERRY.com, and you can then sign up for that to apply for 20 minutes of consulting. I'll be there to help you. The first 10 minutes, you tell me what's going on, what marketing issues you're dealing with, what issues with video or other areas. And if there's a fit, hey, I can let you know that, and I'll give you some advice that doesn't cost you anything. You'll be able to get that, and many people have taken it, been able to use it, implement it, and use it in the right way. And hey, if there's a fit where it would be a good match, I could help you with some of the consulting and the coaching that I do, and we can talk about what that would involve and how it could fit there for you in a particular way. So a lot of good things that are available for you there, and that's what we want to do, is make these available for you to help you out in some practical ways that are going to be of assistance to you in some big ways. Got a call or a message here from Tim. Tim, nice to hear from you as well. I've been using TextExpander for years. Thank you for mentioning that, Tim. Tim is a good buddy there in the Orlando area, and he's been using TextExpander, I see, for years. It is a tool that's really handy. Those of us that get it, like me and Tim, we find, hey, this is something you want to use and stay with it. Keep working it for a lot. Tim, thank you very much for your comment there. We really appreciate it. Thank you. So in closing, I would encourage you to look into TextExpander, a great tool that helps you be more productive, helps your people be more productive. The cost on it is really, really reasonable. I think it's something like $20, $30 a year for one individual. If you've got a team, it might be a little bit more. But if you go to TextExpander, and I think it's textexpander.com, you'll find out about what they've got and the tools that are available for you. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you again next week when our scheduled guest then is scheduled to be Rob Montgomery. And apologize for some of the mix-up that we had on that. My fault completely on it. Just I'm so excited to see him. I put it in early, but we'll have to wait. Terry's got to learn some patience here. So we'll do that and make sure it happens. Have a wonderful day, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.